Okie dokie guys, second video for the day. There's been a lot of rumblings back and forth about the whole VR thing. You probably watched my previous videos. And the biggest rumbling right now is that fucking Facebook has decided to stick their oar in and buy an Oculus. Now this has done a number of things. One, it's pissed off Notch. He's now not going to, work with Oculus anymore, which is a shame because even though I'm not a Minecraft person, I know there were a lot of people that were waiting for, wanting Minecraft and Oculus to do that whole virtual reality Minecraft thing, because I think Minecraft was built for VR more or less. I mean, it reminds me when I used to do the whole VR thing down in Reality X. It's like, the way it looked, the way it operated, the two things made for each other, It's very much, a first-person shooter or something like Mirror's Edge, slightly reworked, perfect, Those kinds of things, perfect for VR. Even though I don't know if I'm necessarily a proponent of VR. I've used it and it is fun, but how fun can it be for how much cash lay it and for how long? That's the tricky bit. But with Facebook buying it, has given us a growing number of people like me who have a strong dislike of Facebook, and Notch being among them. This whole thing with Facebook, how they're everywhere and in everything and they're in every facet. It's like everything you enter online is Facebook into it. It's like some of us don't want Facebook in our lives, and have fought to keep Facebook out of our lives. But it's like, is this really for the good of gaming? Is it really for the good of Facebook? Is it really for the good of Oculus? These are all valid questions. Yes, there's a strong gaming element to Facebook. But then again, do you really want to play Candy Crush Saga with a headset? Or Wild West Town? I don't think so. Or Gardens of Time. None of these would benefit from VR tech. Certainly not the user. Okay, Facebook's talking about, being there at a ball game with like a live stream in VR. It's an interesting idea. I'd hate to see the bandwidth for the transmission, and it's got interesting applications within that market, but I just don't see Facebook handling it well. Either they're going to really push and try and turn the Oculus into something it's not supposed to be, and then it's going to fail on market share because nobody's going to want to buy it because it's been pushed into this odd market that isn't where it was originally headed. Or it'll fail completely, and then Facebook will take a bunch of money from it and go, well, now we've got our money, we're happy. It just doesn't strike me as something that could be good. However, in saying that, let's just play devil's advocate here. Let's say Facebook are not intrusive. They're just there to try and support and make money from it as if it does well. And if it does well, that could be an interesting thing, because then that will mean there'll be more want from developers to put more research and development and money into VR games. If that's the case, then the whole VR games and VR technology sector could possibly explode. Maybe Project Morpheus or whatever it ends up being called, We'll see what it gets called. Hopefully it gets a cooler name. Because, I always like the NGP over PlayStation Vita, but we'll let that slide for now. And whatever Microsoft say they're working on, obviously Nintendo aren't, because Nintendo always go their own sodding way, but, and they'll probably a couple of years after Microsoft and Sony and Oculus have got the market rolling, and there's loads of titles coming out, or at least a good handful of titles. Probably then you'll see other developers coming in, like Nvidia and guys like that. Sort of like maybe even Bang & Olufsen. Who knows? All these other companies might start bringing out VR headsets, varying in spec and price, obviously. Maybe even Notch will do his own one, like a VR headset for the Steam box. Anything's possible, it's a world of infinite possibilities. So, if that's the case and it does become popular, then hopefully they'll start to come at a reasonable price, and there'll be reasonable software for them. But this is all big if land, if. There's a lot to think about, there's a lot to consider. But at the core of it, I just don't trust Facebook. I'd like to trust in VR. Definitely don't trust Microsoft. And I've got a modicum of trust for Sony. I say a modicum, even though I can be a bit of a Sony fanboy. The thing of it is, I've seen Sony screw up a lot of times. I mean, the first 3-4 years of the PS3 was a debacle. Great games, don't get me wrong, some brilliant games, some great experiences. But they did some stuff wrong, Now they're righting themselves, The only thing they need to do now is get the Vita getting a bit better. But we'll see. I do like the idea, however, with what they're doing with Morpheus. Having the lights here, and a couple back there, to give you the movement sensor for the PlayStation camera. That's cool, and hopefully a reintroduction and a better use of Move, because I still have my Move. I sold my other one because I used to have two, because I had the Fight Lights Out, which was a brilliant game. And if you have a couple of moves, or you can get hold of a couple of moves on loan, and you see that game cheap in a shop, buy it, play it. It's brilliant. A little bit glitchy in places, but it doesn't matter. It's a brilliant game. It takes a bit getting used to, but once you're in there, oh man, brilliant. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting wildly off topic here. Right, so basically, Facebook, us in the gaming community, we're watching you, baby. Okay? You have now more or less changed, for better or for worse, we cannot tell, but you have changed the not foreseeable, but the possible future of virtual reality. Okay. Rate, share, favourite, comment, subscribe. And as always, aye, may bother.